Hello, we're Don
And I'm Cheryl.
Rooks, and we're Connecting Point Ministry. It is our privilege to be able to share with you about marriage. Randy Hart, Tribune editor, had asked me, Don, we're doing something just special. Let's do something that would say, why now with our marriages, and especially in today's time and hardship of what's taking place with COVID and the stress on our families, stress on our families already there, but especially during this time. So we'd like to share with you 5 things that we found that maybe, hopefully, would be a help to you and helping you and your family during this time of COVID, our turn ministry in general. And so we're going to talk about learn to and then together. And when we talk about learn to, we're going to give you a statement and we're going to say it for each one together. And the first one is learn to talk truthfully. Talk truthfully together.
We've been married for 50 years, and I always thought we talked truthfully. But we've just learned, even in the last few months or maybe even weeks, that we won't say something because we don't want to upset them or hurt their feelings, or maybe we don't even want to know about it. But we've been cheating ourselves out of a lot of deep talking just by being very, very truthful. Here's what I think I heard you say, and I'm not sure that's what you were saying, but it hurt. If it talking, telling him when it hurts or how it feels makes a big difference.
And one of the things too is that we didn't just start this in the last 3 months. For 30 years, we've worked with preachers and missionaries and their families, helping them with communication, and we've been teaching communication. That's kind of our specialty. But as Cheryl said, even in the last 3 months of this shutdown and stuff, we've learned stuff that we didn't share. Now, one of the things we learned early on is learning about our family, studying our family history. Talk truthfully about your family history. What's going on? This person needs to be able to share with us. Talk truthfully, and I don't know that everybody agree with me on this. Talk truthfully about your ministry. I see so many pastors and staff and missionaries. Well, we just don't share this with our spouse. We don't share this with our family. Let me tell you something, guys. Your spouse, your children know the emotional struggle you're going through, whether you ever share a word about it.
One of the things that I did as a young pastor's wife, having children, and my husband gone all the time, I would create secrets. Well, don't tell Dad that. He don't need to know that. He's got enough with the church. He's got enough with the people. He don't know that. Well, I just divided my husband from the children. So finally I learned, yes, of course Dad's going to know this. I'm going to give him a heads up before you tell him, but you're going to tell him about it. So that's helped a lot. We just don't keep secrets. Secrets always divide.
And 1 James 5:17, I think it is, it talks about praying one for another and confessing your faults in prayer. And a lot of times we teach that in church settings and family settings, but that's also dealing with our home life. And guys, there's a lot of things we could go in. 8 minutes, you don't have a lot of time to share everything, but be truthful, talk honestly, ask the hard questions of each other. The second thing we'll find out, and nobody ever taught us how to fight fairly. I mean, we all know when our wife has got an issue. We all know when they're going through that, that time of the month, and they're all struggling. But every day of the month can't be that. And we've not learned how to handle that part and how to fight fairly.
I think sometimes the fighting fairly even goes back to our history of our families. How did your parents learn to fight? Did they learn to fight? My parents didn't fight. Daddy would just get in the car and go. And that really taught me a lot of things that I shouldn't have learned. So, but fighting fairly means you can talk and we have rules when we fight. We don't yell. We don't raise our voice. And the main thing that we do when we are upset and fighting is that we stay with it until both of us can say, I feel better. And we have to be careful of that. I wanted to roll my eyes sometimes. Yeah, I feel better.
Wait a minute. She does roll her eyes sometimes. Let's be real honest.
I do.
And so,
but I used to roll my eyes saying, yeah, of course I feel better. But he knew better, and he loved me enough not to let it slide. He said, I don't think you do. Let's keep going.
and one of the things we was kind of say, well, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. When really, it's not. That's a manipulative control thing for not fighting fairly. We're turning it in a way that we shouldn't be turning it. We're going to fight fairly, and I'm going to end it with some things that will help you with backup singers and stuff that come into the fight fairly. And I'm trying to watch my time here, so just let you know I'm keep watching my clock. Number 3 is, and I didn't know a better way to put this, but learn to laugh out loud. I see so many couples that I don't know they ever laughed, individually, together, or with their family. Learn to laugh out loud. Learn to get up in the morning sometime and look in the mirror and say, that's the ugliest thing I've seen. Not about your spouse, but man, I'm just amazed anybody would live with that all day long. And learn to look at little things to laugh at. We travel a lot. My wife wants to say something.
I have a tendency to forget what I'm going to say if I don't say it right then. But when I married into this crazy family of the Rooks family, they're loud, they're obnoxious, and they laugh all the time. And I'm going like, what have I got myself into? Just crazy. I mean, they would see this stuff on TV that we just didn't laugh. I didn't come from a family of laughing. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I heard someone say that it was a skill that you could learn. And I started watching these stupid things on my computer, and Don cannot believe how much I
Oh my word. There's nothing that comes on the computer. I'm across the room or in the car and she just starts rolling and laughing.
But it was a skill.
Stupid video.
Yeah, but it was a skill. I learned to start laughing out loud, even if it wasn't very fun. I just started laughing out loud, and I realized, number 1, it's contagious, and number 2, it makes it easier every time you do it. So I think it's really strengthened our marriage because it's just funny watching if you want to get funny, walk behind my husband for a while. It's just funny.
She's talking about tonight we're having a home group get together at our clubhouse, and it's a little icy, and I slipped and fell and ducked it. Anyway, so that's another whole story. Yes, you did.
No, not until I was yours, okay.
But learning to laugh, we drive down the street, my wife likes cows, and I mean, who laughs at cows? Who enjoys cows? And she's just sitting there, she's laughing because of the way the cows are acting. It is a learned skill. If you want to really learn how to laugh, watch our Sunday morning program. Our pastor's a comedian, and it's just funny to watch him. He's not a very good preacher, but he's a great, just kidding, Dad, just kidding. He's a great passionate for families, and he gives it scripturally, but he also makes it enough humor that it really makes you think about it. You need to learn that, guys, with your family. We go to bed at night, and my goal at night when I go to bed is I want her to laugh.
Yes.
I want her to laugh before we go to sleep.
It doesn't matter what it's about, we laugh. And let me say something about Ted in the ministry. He is a professional comedian. He does know how to make a laugh. But one of the things he learned, he said, if you talk more than 3 minutes without making your congregation laugh, he said you're going to lose them. So and our church does. We laugh. He'll get very, very, very serious. He'll preach truth, but then he's going to make you laugh. And my husband, thank God, he didn't know that at the time, but all through his sermons, he's always made us all laugh. So I appreciate that.
Laugh at what we're trying to say. And again, our time is getting close. So let me give you the last two. The next to the last one is pray productively. Pray productively. Joe White told our church and our family when they first started in our church, and Gary Smalley, to take a time every day to get together and talk. We say, Get a prayer time every day. If you do not have a prayer time with your family, shame on you. You need to take time every day. It doesn't have to be a daily devotion. It doesn't have to be long time. You just need to spend time praying.
One of the things that I started years ago when my son was messed up with drugs, I pray a whole page just for my son. I now pray a whole page just for my husband, my daughter, things that are my life, even for myself. Amazing how much more I can see accomplished because I have it written down.
Okay, so pray productively. Don't have time to really go into that. That's what we believe in solidly when we teach our conferences. And then the last thing is learn life. Every day should be a learning experience. And I'll close out because we're into 10 minutes already. We call them backup singers at our church. We have several young couples that we are backup singers for. We've done counseling with some of them. Some of them were just there. Now, and we have some older folks that we do the same thing with. We have people that are backup singers to us, that people that can look at us and say, you really need to think about your doing. And in that, I was saying a while ago about our daily get alone as a family. We call it a weekly withdrawal, which one night a week you go out on a date with your spouse.
And don't go to McDonald's.
Yes, that's another story. And then we call it a yearly retreat. And we always taught our folks on the churches, we want 2 times a year to go away, take a weekend retreat. It's okay to go to church those Sundays. Take a time away, go away and spend time with just the spouse that God has brought into your life. Talk truthfully, be honest. Fight fairly, learn, get someone to help. Go get counseling if you need it. Nothing wrong with that. Learn to laugh. We just have a good time of life. Pray productively and learn life. Learn life together every day with your spouse, your children, and that'll pour over into this world that needs what we do. God bless you. Thank you, Randy, for letting us come and sharing of our heart.